charming time. Take off your gloves and show what they hide. I'll let you cry if you close your eyes. I'll have an answer.
Hello and welcome to this week's ICT and Pedagogy group presentation. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself and my fellow group members, and with that, each of our degrees we are currently undertaking. So due to the guidelines of EDC 3100, there are 3 members within our group. Myself, Robert Finlay. I'm studying a Bachelor of Education, secondary, with majors in English and SOS, and my partner,
Ricky Jannon, studying my Bachelor of Early Childhood Education.
And Kylie Muratori, and I'm studying my Bachelor of Early Education, Early Childhood.
Throughout this presentation, we will be swapping presenters periodically. Obviously, you'll be able to distinguish between our voices. So with that said, let's get started. The recent release of the Apple iPad is set to revolutionize the multimedia communications industry. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 6 or 7 years, you would be aware that the Apple Corporation has revolutionized the multimedia computer and phone market with such products as the iPod, the iTouch, the Mac notebooks, iPhone, and now with the iPad. With that being said, our topic is the integration of the iPad into Australian classrooms, and more specifically looking at the focus on whether or not the integration of an iPad in Australian schools is worth it, yes or no. Okay, so just firstly we're just going to look at the rationale behind our presentation, which is why this issue is being explored. So firstly, the iPad may have the potential to revolutionise the way in which students learn in the classroom. Secondly, technology is becoming more and more apparent within our schools. E-learning is a key strategy and tool used within classrooms. Laptops, wireless internet, intranets and networks, desktop computers are all visible within our school communities. Also to postulate whether if there is a better technological device that students can use within the classroom. So looking at more user-friendly and more accessible technologies. And, is the iPad actually better than what is being used now? Also to examine what technology is used in schools right now, so the current technology that's in our classrooms and schools, and to analyse the aspects of the iPad's implementation within Australian schools. So just looking at the positives, the negatives, the financial, technological readiness, learning and educational applications and programs, and just finally a quick little conclusive thoughts on what we think how the iPad's going to go within Australian schools.
Before we get started into what is in Australian schools, I'd like to read a quote about the benefits of having a laptop within schools. Laptop Learning Challenge by the National Science Teachers Association lists several advantages for using laptop computers in educational settings. Among these advantages, laptop computers can provide portability within the school, outside the classroom, provide immediate data processing, graphic feedback, provide immediate feedback and analysis for decision making in the field, allow file sharing, facilitate group work collaboration, generate reports and presentations, permit flexible and innovative uses, provide access to expert resources on the internet or through email.
Okay, so now we're going to look at what ICT technologies are in our schools now. We have laptop computers. These can be found in classroom sets. Students can have their own laptops. They're found in school libraries, and teachers use them at home and at school for marking and preparing work, etc. Projectors are a fantastic visualization tool that have a multitude of practical uses inside the classroom. Some of these uses are for supplying visuals, watching documentaries and movies, and class sheets can be viewed and read aloud to the students. Internet and intranets. This is referring to both the World Wide Web and the internal school network. This helps teachers and students to access files and information throughout the school. We have the Wi-Fi and wireless networks. These allow students and teachers to print and retrieve data anywhere within the school. Desktop computer labs, these are pretty self-explanatory. They allow multiple students to access powerful computers. And lastly, most schools use Windows XP on their PCs and laptops. By changing operating systems over to either Windows Vista or Windows 7, this can create problems with networks, students logging into computers, slowing PC and laptops down, and can cause general headaches for teachers conducting lessons using PCs and laptops, and also causes general school community disruptions. So, as we can see from the points above, ICT technology allows for the development and usage of e-learning inside and outside the classroom.
Okay, basically now we're just going to give a definition of what e-learning is in the classrooms and at schools. So basically, e-learning is the use of technology to enable people to learn anytime and anywhere. E-learning can include training, the delivery of just-in-time information and the guidance from experts. Also, the delivery of learning, training or education program by electronic means. E-learning involves the use of a computer or electronic device. An example of this would be a mobile phone, in some ways to provide training, education or learning material.
This slide looks at exactly what is the iPad. The iPad has not as yet received a technological banner to sit under. This is because it does not fit under the title of a laptop, desktop computer, or any handheld personal ICT device. Regardless of this, the iPad can be used as a portable ICT device. As shown previously, it has the ability to send and receive emails, use word processors, read and download textbooks, as well as a variety of educational applications from calculators, periodic tables and maths formulas.
Okay, now we're just looking at the technical specifications of what the iPad is. So firstly, the size of it, it's 9.7 inch multi-touch display. The capacity of it is there are three models that you can get. One is a 16 gigabyte capacity, 32 or 64 gigs of capacity. The processor is a 1 gigahertz Apple A4 processor. However, that can be custom designed for either low performance or high performance. The battery power is roughly around about 10 hours of surfing the net via Wi-Fi systems, and you can watch around about 10 hours of videos and listening to music. This differs, however, if you're on a 3G data network like a mobile, that only allows 9 hours of surfing the web, and obviously like every other Apple product, it's charged through the USB. Okay, just quickly looking at some visuals of the iPad. In the top left hand corner we've got someone accessing their ebook application that allows people to just download ebooks and flip through the novel like a normal book. In the top right hand corner we've got someone accessing their email account with the keyboard coming up, taking over half the screen, just like on the iPhone. On the bottom left hand corner, somebody just reading the news. And also the bottom right hand corner we've got somebody using the touch sensor screen.